Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello there, hello there. I shized. I forgot to change my... no, I'm doing Euro Truck Simulator. I need to change my thing, my category. Twitch is not letting me change the category. No, I'm not playing. Yes, let's go. And I can hear myself. Fantastic. I mean, I can hear there is sound. There is sound on the stream. There are quality options. We are good to go. We are absolutely golden. Doing these is actually like doing these announcements is actually the worst for ETS2 streams because I have to offset my keyboard is not where it's normally is. My wheel is where the keyboard normally is, so I have to like you see how I have to go to the side. It's not very nice is what I'm saying. It's not a convenient keyboard location. Okay, let me just put like all the self-promotion shit everywhere, right? And I'm gonna put it in Dengu's voice because I realized that Dengus apparently has a self-promo channel. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use it. Would be quite silly of me not to. It's like, you know, Twitch kittens. I'm gonna start interacting with Twitch kittens a bit. I'm trying to like stream more. I've been meaning to like stream. I wanted to stream daily this week, but I got sick, so I couldn't. Which yeah, quite upsetting. All right, and now I'm gonna do a tweet, which is at this. Oh wow, my ETS has an update. Yikes! I guess we'll have to wait for a moment. Right, fantastic. And okay, why are you not downloading, you piece of shit, man? Download now. What do you mean unscheduled? Okay, so something's not right with my. Fuck me. I know what the. I got a problem. Let me try. I keep forgetting how to. Technical difficulties. Hold on for a moment. Hey Tang, what's up? How you doing? Here you got internet again. How did you live without it? You. I got some extremely unexpected technical difficulties. It's just my stuff is being a bit fucky. Okay, let me see. Shit. I am having. Yeah, I know. Can I unmount again? Okay. Sh What? What apps, you fuck? Oh no, phones. Yeah, that's not very nice. Shit. Wait, I have a problem. No, okay, it's just. Oh, yeah, yes. Yeah, that's a lot of work. Hope you're at least getting paid well for it. Okay, so I'm having just some really fucking annoying technical difficulties. What apps, you fuck? Like, I don't even. Yes, I do want to get. Like, what software could be using anything on that drive? I have. Uh-huh. Target is busy. I don't want to force it. Yeah. Hey, Anonymous. Yeah, shit's kind of fucked like this. Like that, isn't it? You just. Yeah, Anonymous, you just in time to see me. Like, I might have to re-download the entirety of Euro Truck Simulator 2 right now, because the drive it's on is behaving in a weird way. The partition it's on is not behaving properly. Like, it's like, for some reason it's just fucking NTFS stuff. It's not being good at all. NTFS is like the worst thing. Tired but wired. Ah, yes. My default state. I'm really fucking annoyed about this. What do you mean target is busy? Can you tell me why is it no Fortnite? No Fortnite, no. I cannot play Fortnite because I'm not on Windows at the moment. Caffeine, I mean, that's my favorite chemical. I'd actually play Fortnite if I could right now. Actually, no, I wouldn't. That's a lie. I don't really feel like playing Fortnite. I don't like. It's not. Fortnite is not a game I ever want to play by myself. You know, it's like you know, some people only drink socially, and I only play Fortnite socially. Can I mean, okay, you know what? It will actually have to be faster to re-download the entire thing. Except I don't think I can because it's how okay oh. I need like I can't tell what software is using the partition, so I can just like unmount it. Oh, I think I did it. Ah, yes, I did it. Okay. Okay, shit, man. Basically, the partition that Euro Truck Simulator is installed on is in a read-only state for some reason. That is not Linux's fault because it's literally a Windows, an NTFS partition, and because Windows did not shut down properly last time, it did not set the partition back into a readable, like into a writable state. That is literally Windows pissing in my fucking cereal. That is literally because the reason this happened is because I had to make this partition accessible to Windows. So and Windows sometimes just decides to like not shut down completely properly, and that fucks with NTFS partitions. So I'm going to try. Because well, I just plain prefer it to Windows in terms of more or less everything. Like the only thing that is better on Windows is some software compatibility. Like like I like the package management on Linux. I like the customizability of it, and I generally prefer the user experience. Yeah, that yes, yes, they are visible to Windows all the time because you don't need to have any partitions that that are not readable by Windows. Now I mean, you have a partition like, but even if it's just one, it's still. Yes, my experience now is not looking so good because of Windows being a shit. Like this is a specific issue. This is an issue specific to dual booting with Windows. Generally, I've been having. Generally, I prefer. The fuck did I just do? Mount Point busy. Wait. I think I just. Wait. Did I forget I. No, I didn't. Let me check that. I mean, to be fair, it's basically just easier to set up a developer environment on Linux, on Windows. And a big part of it is the package management. Because most Linux distributions, they have just a centralized package management. They have centralized package management, which makes installing most software much easier. It's like, imagine it's like an app store, or an app store on a mobile device, except it doesn't suck. Where the fuck? Okay, this is not even me being this. I'm just confusing myself because. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just thought what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have to reinstall the game. And like, yeah, you could say, oh, my experience right now is not looking so good, but well, I could also bring up on how fucking shitty my Windows experience was back when it was destroying itself on my old SSD. And it would be true that I've been having a fucking terrible experience, but I could not blame Windows for that, because it was an external factor causing issues. Why are you notifying me of a message that is an hour old, phone? Okay, now, where do I have space? Nowhere. I have no space. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a... ladies and gentlemen, this is a fucking disaster. Wait, do I still... Am I this stupid? Am I this stupid? Am I this fucking... Yes. Why do I still... I have an entire 100 gig game installed twice. I have it installed... I have it fucking... well, I'm about to free up 100 gigs. But yeah, NTFS is basically the worst thing ever. It's not a file system I like. It's just so junk. And I really yes, I had GTA 5 installed twice. Oh no. Good thing I don't play Call of Duty. Okay, come on, my Russian internet, do the job. I'm going to actually I'm going to show you my Steam for a second. Look at my Steam. Look at the download speeds. You know what? I'm going to look at how well my steering wheel is going to work, because my steering wheel is pretty much broken. So if I can show you the what the output of it looks like, you'll see how fucking junky it is. Oh yeah, the junk. You can see that. Okay, I'm gonna show you the junk. Look at this. So this is just like a game. Like I like. Okay, I think technically it's a gamepad control utility, and you see this blue cross here, right? That shows the position of my wheel. So look at how it jumps when I turn the wheel. Look at it. Okay. Okay, right now it's not behaving too badly, but sometimes it can get really, really bad. Ah. Alright. The download is a bit slow, but I think it's restricted by my disk write speeds, because that's an old ass hard drive I'm writing to. And like, ain't not you just in time to see me have to re-download the entire game so I could stream it without having to restart my PC, load into Windows, making Windows shut down properly, and then so that it doesn't stop Linux from mounting the NTFS partition in in a way that could write to it. It's really fucking irritating. And normally I'd be quite willing to acknowledge the issues of Linux. Except not in the case where it's literally only caused by Windows being a bit shit. Like, in... literal downloading stream. Fucking amazing content right here. I'm gonna make my head big again so you have something more interesting to look at than my download speeds. Like the download speeds are not even like doing good. They're not in. They should be better. I should be able to get 40 megabytes with what I pay for. I'm gonna be out of tea before I start the game at this rate, and that is really upsetting. Ow. That fucking neck crack. Why did I ever... Hair flick? You got it. Yeah. That's a hair flick. So... What was about... why did I ever have Euro Truck Simulator installed on a window, like on an NTFS drive anyway? I guess I just wanted the game to be accessible from both OSs. I'm not sure why I would do that. Maybe I should have maybe I should just download Mud Runner instead. Like that's a quicker download. I mean, I got my Linux SSD, my Windows SSD, my 3.5 TB drive, and my 1 TB drive. So that's how many drives I have in my system right now. That's 4. Yeah. Where the fuck did I put my old SSD? That's a very good question because I kind of wanted to use it for something. Ah, there it is. That's the motherfucker. It's perfectly green. Like, I have no idea how people say, oh, I got a new SSD like months ago, but I haven't installed it. Like, how do you not need the space? How do you not need the space at every moment of your life? Like, I know I'm a bit of a data hoarder, but like, only a bit really. Look at this. Look at how green this thing is. It looks so cool. Yeah, I wanted to get. I considered getting an HDD when this SSD decided to keep killing my Windows repeatedly. But like the price of SSDs has got so low that the HDDs still kind of worth it if you for the space, but not as much. I mean, yeah, okay, fair. That's a good point, Angie. If you have no internet, then where the fuck are you going to get the data to hoard? HDDs, I mean, like HDDs are still a bit better for when it comes to price per gigabyte. But since what I needed was a like, yeah, at this point, if you have the cash for it, an SSD is just plain better. Like, there is still there's like there is still the downside that an SSD does have a more limited lifespan than an HDD, right? Like, there's a more limited amount of writes you can do to it. But that limit is so high that an average user is not going to ever reach it. Like, not before the SSD fails for some other reason. Like, I don't know, having something spilled on it, or, you know, getting hit by a hammer. And talking about getting hit by a hammer, an SSD is more resistant to that than an HDD, because, you know, no moving parts. So, for most purposes, yes, SSDs are many times faster, literally. Like, my SSDs are fairly slow. My PC... Actually, I haven't measured how fast my PC boots in a while. But it's about... I think it got about 3 times quicker when I switched to an SSD. Euro Truck Simulator has finished downloading. Fantastic. Let's launch it. Like, even SATA SSDs are like are going to be at least twice as fast as a hard drive. Yeah, yeah. Again, I got a 250 gig SSD for my Linux. Uh, okay, I guess I'll have to go into the settings. And there we go. That's Euro Truck Sim. I'm going to look into my options to make sure I need to check if my controls are actually still there. Real automatic. Like, Windows, okay, shift up, just, yeah, okay, my settings are still there. Yeah, like, I would also put, like, I like putting some games on the SSD, like the ones that really need fast loading, or the ones that naturally have slow loading that would benefit from being sped up. Like I got a 500 gig SSD for my Windows, so I could also put GTA 5 on the same drive. And just like I specifically got because I keep Windows around only for a small handful of games that do not work on Linux, which just means like that either don't work on Linux or work but with greatly decreased performance. Like so, it's basically just right now it's just GTA 5, which works on Linux but at about 20 FPS. Oh. Uh, and for BeamNG Drive, which also works on Linux, but only at about 20 FPS. And also like I also installed like Fortnite, which doesn't work because of the anti-cheat, and PUBG, which doesn't work because of the anti-cheat. Okay, I'm going to use my. Where am I in the world? I'm in Finland. Oh, cool, cool. Ooh, let's deliver some motorcycles to Lahti. Oh yeah, an NVMe SSD is like that's even better. That's next level. I only got SATA SSDs and because well my motherboard does not have an M.2 slot, so I can't have NVMe. Which is a bit irritating, but yeah, that's what you get when your PC is old as shit. Oh wow, no SSD. NVMe, no, if it's an NVMe drive, it is an SSD. Like NVMe is just like a type of a type of SSD, a type of drive. Like, ooh, a second, I need to make my game output to the correct output. In before someone complains about me having to do that on Linux. I don't have to do that. I choose to do that because that allows me to control all my volumes separately. Yeah, that's an SSD. That's an M.2 SSD. It uses a different. It just uses like a different connector. Yeah, let's take the job for the motorcycle. Oh, I've turned the wrong way. Yeah. Okay, SSD and like HDD, that's just like that's the types of drive itself. So solid state versus hard disk. They can be SATA speed. Well, NVMe is not going to be SATA speed. How do I stop the engine? Okay, I still remember some of the controls, thankfully. Yeah, that's pretty good. Like, that's better than my SATA SSD. Because, like, neither my Linux nor my Windows boot that fast. uh, uh, doesn't have that my Linux setup, at least at this point, has got pretty bloated with with a lot of stuff I've installed on it. So I need to do a bit of a cleanup on it, just like remove a bunch of unused software that I still have installed. Like make sure I don't have anything I don't need to in auto start, that kind of thing. FPS is a bit low, but I think that should get better once I get out of the city. Yeah. Yeah, it would be nice. I got a micro ATX case just because, well, I didn't get to choose the case. Like the case that I'm using right now and PC that it came with, that was my birthday gift in 2011. I mean, yeah, micro ATX is like, it's not nice. It's really enough for most things. It's only a downside if you really need many PCIe slots or PCI slots. Like if you need a lot of expansion capabilities. And like I don't really need any, so the only thing I might. Yeah, the Steam Deck is possibly over ITX. I guess. I mean, yeah, ITX got. I mean, that's some properly small stuff, right? Like, I mean, I know. I think there is still a reason because ITX it's still. Oh shit! It still introduces some. Cooling difficulties with just how small and compact the entire thing has to be. I forgot to repair my truck. That was kind of silly of me. And just, you know, it still can be like components that are small enough to be ITX size. They're typically they typically have a bit of a premium. So no, I still think that Wi-Fi, yeah. Let's not run over that little Ford Focus. Yeah, I mean, yeah, some do. Like micro ATX, I feel like it is at this point. Like I think it's like I just think that it's better to compare micro ATX to full size ATX rather than comparing it to ITX, because ITX is like really small. And micro ATX is closer to in its size to full-sized ATX than to ITX. Yeah, I don't have Bluetooth or Wi-Fi on my PC because, well, I don't need them for anything, right? My PC it's a stationary PC, so there is literally no point in never having Wi-Fi in a stationary PC unless, like, I mean, okay, no, there is. It is if like you somehow end up in a situation where you cannot run like an Ethernet wire to where your stationary PC is, which is 9 out of 10 times that would just be on poor planning. Yeah, yeah, I got a Steam controller, like it's got its own dongle that but I don't use it anymore because my Steam controller has developed an issue that when my Steam controller has developed an issue where if it tries to rumble when in wireless mode, it would turn itself off. So I just use it wired now, which is thankfully is an option. And now the only downside of it is that it's still using a micro USB over a USB-C, but it's possible to mod USB-C in. I mean, yeah, but like for moving a system around, yeah, like ITX obviously is going to be a better option, but no. Oh, I like Rumble. I like Rumble. You know, this steering wheel is supposed to have vibration, but I never managed to get it to work. Like on any game, on any operating system. Well, okay, not on any operating system. It's not like I've tried like macOS or BSD or fucking Temple OS. And it doesn't really I don't find it distracting. I really gotta play more Rocket League though. I don't think I have it installed at the moment actually. Because I have it installed on my old SSD and that's not in my PC anymore. Like, no Rumble, it's not like Rumble is a hard requirement for me, but I'd rather have it rather than not. I do sometimes feel like maybe I want to get another gamepad. Like, just so I have a decent enough backup if my Steam controller ever dies. Which is a terrifying thought, because they don't make those anymore, which is a fucking crime. Like, fuck those assholes who sued Valve for putting grip buttons on the Steam controller. Fuck those assholes. And fuck their asshole patent. Like, I think that lawsuit ended up even getting dismissed, but it's because they found proof that that there were grip buttons before the patent was filed. So, oh, it's that one song. 1 second, I'm going to turn down the game volume. The engine volume is just too loud. Look at that! Look at how fucking granular this is! That's amazing! Running pad. Oh, wait, how does that work? Oh yeah, EVE Online. I could never get into EVE Online. Like, it's one of those games that sounds like right up my alley on paper, but in reality it's just a bit too much like all the other MMORPGs. Which I do not like. Not even a little bit. There was a period of time where I kept trying MMORPGs and I kept trying to really enjoy them because I had a friend who was really into them. I wanted to play with him. But I couldn't. MMORPGs, I couldn't get into them. Which I suppose that's a bit of a blessing in disguise that I could never get into an MMORPG, because, you know, that shit really does consume you. The only game I ever played like that was Rust. Rust when I first got it, I played 70 hours in the first week. Yeah. That's a long-ass link. Oh, shit. I tried to move my mouse, but I forgot that the mouse just moves the... Did you hate it from the start, or do you hate it now? Do you hate what it was, or do you hate what it has become? No, I played Rust for 300 hours. It was the first game I reached 300 hours on, I think. The beach, yeah. Yeah, Rust. Yeah, I feel like it's just. Like it, I feel like it never really managed to recapture that magic that that it had back in Legacy when it just came out, and when it was basically just like, when it was just a part of the wave of the post-DayZ wave of survival games. Except Rust, it had building that was done halfway well, and it had a genuinely fun gunplay. Yeah, that's see, like I loved Rust, and I can't imagine getting that into it. Well, not now anyway. Like when it first came out, like back in Legacy, or in that, you know, middle period of the rebooted Rust, when they just made it work, just made it feel like a complete game. That was also a fairly decent point, but like development of Rust is interesting, because I would not call it directionless. I don't think they lack direction. I just think that their direction is not one I agree with. It's not one that I think is fun. Like, I think Rust has kind of stopped being good when they switched away from the blueprint system. So, Lost Ark. I have no idea what the fuck it is. I have literally never heard about it until yesterday. What? Can you please tell me what the fuck Lost Ark is, and why is everybody excited about it? Because I'm just extremely confused, because it's a name that just suddenly came out of nowhere, and suddenly, like, I see people everywhere talking about it, excited about it, and I'm just like, what the fuck is it? Yeah, and that's why I'm confused, because normally when, like, big games like this, like when some big exciting game comes out, I at least tend to hear it a bit. Oh, блять! Ah, fuck my. Oh, that's a bit too much talking. Fuck me, that was bad. Yeah, and yeah, again, usually when some sort of a big game comes out that everybody's excited about, I tend to hear about it at least a week before it launches, right? I don't get surprised by seeing the name for literally the first time on launch day. Yeah, grind has literally never appealed to me. Not really. Well, at least... Actually, no, that's a bit of a lie, because I did play grindy games. Rust is incredibly grindy. I played the shit out of Minecraft, which is extremely grindy. It's just that, like, games like Rust or Minecraft, they manage to make the grind fun. Not a single RPG I have ever tried managed to do that. for a genre that is all about the grind, it is remarkably terrible at grind. Like in Rust, what made the grind fun was it was the constant risk, the constant threat of getting attacked. Like every time you are outside of your base is dangerous, and that made it exciting. Minecraft, it has a ton of variety when it comes to grind. Oh shit. Most RPGs, MMORPGs, they cannot have that element of danger that Rust has. Because they are mostly PvE, and you know, you don't tend to lose things when you die in an MMORPG. Not really. Like death tends to be fairly cheap, and it tends to be PvE. So, I mean, like Minecraft, like it's literally a different game on an iPad between what came out before, right? Because the iPads, like mobile devices, they have the Bedrock version, which is a complete rewrite from the ground up, while on PC you can still get the Java version, which is still alive and getting updated. But yeah, but even Java version is extremely different now obviously, because I mean, it's just like at this point I don't play Minecraft much anymore because really, Tanji, maybe you should play with me, because I have a bit of an opposite problem. Because even though I enjoy the grind in Minecraft much more than in other games, I still don't tend to last too long at it. Like, I really struggle staying focused on a project in Minecraft. But yeah, Minecraft, since I don't play it often anymore, every time I play it, I just get hit with a ton of new shit. And, Minecraft, I know something about Minecraft updates since, I don't know, I guess since, maybe since like 1.6 release update, one that added horses. Or maybe a bit later than that. A lot of those updates, they don't feel like vanilla Minecraft, they feel like mods to me. I cannot adequately explain why. Well, maybe I feel like a lot of newer updates kind of lack the simplicity that Minecraft used to always have. Yeah. and while in a way it is good for the game, because it's more variety, right? If you just stay simplistic, you are eventually going to become limited by the simplicity. But it really feels it really started feeling like modded at some point. Because mods in Minecraft, those get complex. Those get ridiculously complex. Especially modern mods. Yeah, horses, no, horses that is a good update. It's like it's an update that made sense, and it's an update that I was really looking forward to when it came out. Yeah, you know that? Yes, that is pretty much like that. Yeah. Yeah, shields are really kind of weird. I mean, like Minecraft at that point did need and some combat mechanics update. Because like for the longest time, combat in Minecraft, especially PvP, was just a matter of who who could click the quickest. Oh shit. Oh man. Oh, that is a... Oh, that is... Nope, nope, I have an idea. No, I need to come in here butt first. I'm going to cheat a little bit. Yeah, offhand is like super useful, and it's a good addition. Just like it's not as simplistic as Minecraft used to be, but it's an amazing quality of life thing. Yes, Anonymous. It's pink. Yeah, like offhand is just like for simple things like just mining, right? Having torches in your offhand, so you could just place them without switching off your pickaxe ever. It's just such a good quality of life thing, you know? Like that's why it can... Oh shit, I hit a thing. That's why it's allowed to get away with being less simplistic. Yeah, the pillagers from the Village and Pillage update. Like illagers, I think they call them, or something. It's something. It's some silly fucking name. Yeah. No, they're great. Like they add just more flavor to the villages. Like like for a long time there was just not enough to the villagers. And I feel like having the illagers, the pillagers, like the evil guys added to them. I kept my villagers alive in a world from like that I made on release. Like I still have a world saved that I played until like 2020, that I started back in 2011 when Minecraft first came out of early access. And I played it for, I mean, yeah, 2020, 2021, I think. Played in the same world, and honestly, if I ever set up my Minecraft server again, it's probably going to be the same world again. I want to keep playing in it. There's just too many unfinished projects in there to abandon. Yeah, village trading is fairly cool. Let me tell you a story. In one of the relatively recent, like 2 years ago at this point, relatively recent updates, they changed the way the villagers work. Like before, villagers, they worked based on... By the way, is my... No, I think it's alright. I think I fixed it. It's fine. Like, before the villagers, the way they worked, the way they determined the size of the village, was by using doors. They would basically just look at the amount of doors and like some other parameters, and based on that, the villagers, they would either breed or not. So it was extremely easy to make villager breeders. You just pop down a building pretty much made of doors, and let a pair of villagers loose in there, and a little bit later you'll have a full village. So I did that in my world. Literally the next update that was changed, so that the villagers, they instead use beds. And you need to actually build houses for them. My throat is getting really tired of speaking, because like I'm still a bit sick. So my throat's still a bit sore. So yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare. I'm going to get a new cup of tea and yes, exactly. Like since I've run out, I'm going to drink tea, which is like water but better. So I will be right back. I got tea. Hello there. Let me see. Oh wow, like I missed some conversation. Let me check that shit. 2 years ago, you didn't know what Twitch was. What? It, I registered on Twitch in 2012. I registered on it because I wanted to stream Minecraft. Because I was trying to do like a... I was trying to make Minecraft YouTube videos back then. Some of them still exist. I didn't end up ever streaming back then, but I did watch some things from like 2015 or something. Yeah, streaming consistently is fucking difficult. Even if you have literally nothing else to do. Like I haven't ever been able to stream consistently, not for any long periods of time. Roblox YouTubers. Fucking Roblox. I never tried that actually. Okay, I can just. I don't. Do I want to go back to Turku? And just. Can I just. I don't really. I don't really want to just. Just keep. Like, why is like everything in this bloody country just like motorcycles and scooters? Back to Helsinki. No, I want to go to a new town. I want to go to a new place. Scooter style. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna fix my car first. Let's make sure I don't break my trailer. I did not. Fantastic. Is it damaged at all? A little bit. I'm going to visit. Oh shit, man. I got stuck. Yeah. I mean, the biggest ones are, but like, with a popular game, there's also... There's 100 small streamers for every big one, at least. Like... Wait, why can I not come in here? Oh, okay, let me just turn off my wipers, because I turned them on by accident. Let me fix my... Service, please fix my cabin. Like, repair my everything, actually. Yeah, fantastic. And I still have a bunch of cash left over. So, can I actually rest here? I mean, Roblox is like, it's less of a game, it's more like a... I'm not sure if I can just call it a game engine. It's a game like, it's a game engine and platform. For people to make Mingus. So it's kind of like... It's kind of like Garry's Mod for kids. Okay, do I have... Are my lights on? Yes, they are. Fantastic. Yeah. I sure hope that job is still available. Actually, I'm gonna check the job market again just to make sure that thing I'm looking for still exists. Turku, Naantali, Turku, Tallinn. Do I really want to go? I don't really want to go back to Tallinn. I don't really want to. I just don't want to like fall. I think I'd rather go to Tallinn actually, just for something different because I don't think I've been there before. Yeah, I used to be into Gmod for a while, but not for. It wasn't a terribly long time. The problem is that like the game modes I like. Like, the most popular game modes are not the ones that I like. So, like, the most popular shit was, like, Prop Hunt and RP, and I never got into either of those. I loved TTT. In south of France. I mean, I'd have to drive quite a while to get there, and I do not have the Spain DLC. so I cannot. South of France, yes. Spain, no. Spain is not. Spain is a DLC, which I do not own. Okay, like if I look at the map, this is well, like I have actually I don't have much of the south of France. I just have Calais, Lille, Paris, Reims, Metz. I mean that's not that like I don't have like Swiss mountains. Sure, I have all the Switzerland because I don't have Forza, and like it's really expensive. It's really expensive for what it is. And like I could get it, but I'm trying to save for the steering wheel. I do not have Game Pass. No, Game Pass is also like I don't get that deal of 3 months of Game Pass for like £1 or something. That like I don't get that. I have to pay. I'd have to pay for it normally, and normally Game Pass. I mean, it costs pretty as much as an entire game. And like for a subscription service, that's expensive. That's not something I'm willing to pay. Plus, I'd have to like fuck around with Microsoft Store and that's like another. I do not have VR. No, I have nothing. I have a GTX 960. Do you think I can run VR on this thing? Like the only VR thing I have once tried to set up like a VR thing where you use your phone as a screen for your PC. I could not get it to work. I could not get it to work at all. Okay, I think I need to do it a bit differently. At least you have more than 2 gigs of VRAM. Let me tell you, like... See, I'd love to get Oculus 2, but it's owned by Facebook, and like that's a deal breaker. That is honestly a complete deal breaker for me. And besides, like I feel with VR... Like with VR, I don't know, I feel like you kinda... Like my feeling at least, my personal feeling is about it is that it's kinda go big or go home with VR. And... You know... Like if I get VR, I want to get the best. If I like ever could get VR, I want to get the best VR possible. And if I'm not going to be able to do that, I'd rather just not. Yeah, like I tried it, but the thing is, it's just like the problem is that that's the wrong button. I don't mean to decouple the trailer. I have tried VR. Like I have went to a couple, like to a place where you could just like pay to play some VR for like a couple hours. Once I have tried driving in VR. Like, there's like one of those things with with a motion simulation rig, VR, a proper steering wheel, and it had dirt rally set up on it. That shit was fucking amazing. I sucked at it, but it was amazing. But yeah, I'd love VR for games like for driving simulators, for games like Elite Dangerous, for Euro Truck Simulator even, because ETS2 is all about immersion for me, and you don't get more immersive than virtual reality. Yeah, how was that? Because like that's the one thing I considered. I genuinely tried to buy a headset for sliding my phone into. That was trash. Okay, maybe good thing I didn't ever manage it. But yeah, I'm not sure. Like I'm not even sure what software I could have used because. I mean, it was cheap even back then, right? It cost like literally like at most 1/10 of what a proper VR head costs, and that's at most, and for cheaper VR headsets. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I guess. And besides, I think like most of the phone VR stuff right now is just like I don't think there's much software now that supports it because I know Google dropped Cardboard, which was the base for a lot of that stuff. So, like, I don't know if, like, how viable it is to even get that subpar experience. This is a long-ass red light. But yeah, I really did want to just to try that for Elite for a long time. Oh, I had high beams on when I shouldn't have. Yes. I don't feel like No Man's Sky would be that good in VR. Yeah, like it's the kind because it's well, because like it's not made to support VR as far as I know, right? Like I don't as far as I'm aware, there is not like a proper VR mode in it, so. I feel, and I feel like games like. But I haven't played NMS a lot. I do have it, but I just haven't played it a lot. Um, Come on, Buzz. Get ahead of me. Thank you, Buzz. Really? They actually did put a VR mode in it. I did not know that. Okay. Yeah, that could be fairly cool then. Shooting games. I mean, yeah, like the ones that are meant for VR. Yeah, you know, like your Half-Life Alyxes and your Boneworks, and like PvP stuff like Pavlov. My steering wheel is not behaving. I really wish I had that 900 degrees of rotation right now. And like at least at least I wish that this wheel was not fucking broken. But yeah, properly like a proper VR shooting game should be really good. Well, the thing with a lot of VR shooters right now is that most of them are fairly small, like smaller scale, and I'd love to try like a larger scale shooting game in VR, like something like Arma. Ah, Splatoon. I mean, it looks fun. I mean, it looks pretty fun, to be fair. The, the problem with it is that, well, it's from Nintendo. Yes, the problem with it is that it's from Nintendo, which means you have to play it on a Nintendo console. Like, with a gamepad, with a stick. That's fucking terrible. Oh shit, I'm in the wrong fucking lane. Sorry, sorry mate, I'm gonna cut you off a little bit here. Like at least they got gyro aiming for it, as I know. So because again, playing any kind of shooting game on a gamepad, like on a normal gamepad, is not my idea of fun. I have like tried it. Like I hooked up a gamepad to my PC and I played something like some shooter. I don't know, fucking Half-Life or something. I think it was a Half-Life game, and I hated it. I hated it very much. AC Assassin's Creed or what? Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing. Yeah, Assassin's Creed on a Switch doesn't make sense. Switch is the only console I've ever wanted to buy. Like, that's how you know it's good. Because it's like the only console that actually offered something that a decent PC cannot. I'm not sure if like the Steam Deck is going to completely kill it, because no, I don't think it's going to kill it. For two reasons. Because first of all, Nintendo, it's a massive brand. People buy Nintendo for Nintendo. For better or worse, that is like it's massive, but it still doesn't have Nintendo titles on it. You don't have Pokemon on Steam. You don't have Zelda on Steam. You haven't got Mario on Steam. You don't need. You don't. I mean, you don't still. Wait, you'll still need a PC. Yeah, like I'm like. But why do Steam Deck doesn't need a PC to go along with it? Like, it's very explicitly designed in such a way that you can just plug in a monitor, like a mouse keyboard, and use it as a PC. It's like it's gonna have a yeah, you can obviously buy games right from the Steam Deck. Like, it's literally a PC. A Steam Deck is just a really portable PC with a built-in gamepad. That's what it is. That's what its best feature is. Yeah, Bluetooth mouse and keyboard also an option, obviously. Like, it's gonna have it's gonna have a full Steam client on there. It's also going to have a KDE Plasma desktop on it by default, which is actually what I use normally on my desktop. You could put Windows on it, but you know, it'll put for like some greater game compatibility, but it might. I'd expect it to reduce the performance quite a bit, because the benefits of developing hardware and software side by side, specifically to go together, are many. No reason to put Windows when you have a phone. This I also do not understand. I do not understand how these things correlate. Like, the reason to put Windows on a Steam Deck would be to play Fortnite on it, or something like that. Like, one of the games that does not work on Linux. Yeah, but, yes, I get it, but what does it... How does it correlate with having a phone? Like, I do not understand what you mean by that at all. Yeah. Please explain. Yes, you can use other companies. Yes, you can. But what does a phone has to do with it? Well, well, yeah, like I said, it's a complete PC. You can do whatever you can. You can install Epic, but it's not all not all games from Epic are going to run on the Steam OS. That's the one reason you would want Windows on it, to play Fortnite, like I said, which does not and will not run on Steam OS. Steam OS just being a flavor of Linux. Like, it's just a Linux distro based on Arch. So you can do everything on your phone. What's everything? But you can all... Oh shit. I hit something. I mean, you can do that on the Steam Deck even without Windows too. Like, that's not what Windows would be used for on a Steam Deck. You have a browser, you get a browser on a Steam Deck. You can install like Firefox, Chrome, Opera, whatever. Like, you can put Edge on it. You can put Microsoft Edge on a Steam Deck. I don't know why you would want to, but it is possible. And obviously, by default, it will probably just have Steam's built-in browser, which I imagine they will try to optimize for touch and gamepad-based UI. Yes, you can get Discord on a Steam Deck. Steam Deck is a PC with a Linux OS on it. So, Discord supports Linux. So, yes. Again, if you can do it on a PC, you can do it on a Steam Deck. FaceTime. No, you probably cannot FaceTime on a Steam Deck because FaceTime is that's an Apple thing. I don't think they put that on PC. On any kind of, like, maybe they put it on a Mac. Maybe I might be wrong there because I am not particularly well informed on Mac stuff, like on Apple stuff. But yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much because you will be able to put like full-size MiniMasters on the Steam Deck. It's like it does not officially support Linux, but it runs perfectly on Linux with Proton. I should know. I have played it for 1,000 hours like that. Okay, so we are going to Tallinn. I got a great uncle who lives in Thailand. But yes, Tangela, is essentially, yes, you can play Minion Masters on a Steam Deck. I'm not sure why you would want to, but you can. And like the only big restriction of the Steam Deck is that, well, it's still not the most powerful PC out there. Obviously, like it has to rely on a fairly, I mean, yeah, it does have a touchscreen. Wait, that's not, when am I supposed to go? Shit. Oh, wait, what? I think I went the wrong way somewhere. Oh yeah, I turned a bit too soon. I got a bit lost there. What would you play on the Steam Deck? It's extremely powerful for a portable system. It's still not going to be like you're not getting like an RTX graphics, you know. I mean, yeah, like one of the early things they showcased running on it was I think Control was that. Actually, no, Control is not really a PlayStation port, is it? No, but the God of War. God of War, they did showcase on the Steam Deck. They got it running, and yeah, that's a PlayStation port that's confirmed working. I mean, like any cross-platform game really which supports gamepad control would work well, you know. Like, if I got a Steam Deck right now and I had to play something from my Steam library on it, I would probably start with Rise of the Tomb Raider. If Fall Guys, I mean, yeah, for sure. Actually, no, Fall Guys at the moment would not work on the Steam Deck because of their easy anti-cheat. They have not implemented support for the OS. Rocket League, yes, Rocket League would work. You would have to install a third-party client for it, like unless you actually no, if you own it on Steam, then okay, it's still on Steam. You can still have it. You can still run it on Steam. If you don't have it on Steam and like you can still run it, if you just have to install some third-party software to do it. Like you have to install the Heroic launcher for it. Yeah, Fall Guys are like they have not implemented the anti-cheat support for the Steam Deck. So they might still do it at some point, right? But it's unlikely because they are owned by Epic, and Epic are basically. It'd be like the problem with Epic is that its owner just does not like Linux and does not want to do anything to support it. And like he also obviously like they're not going to put much effort. What the fuck? Obviously Epic is not going to put much effort into supporting anything Steam specific because, I mean, they see Valve as a competitor. Oh, to them, because of the whole Epic Store bullshit. Yeah. But like also, like shooters on the Steam Deck would be decent because you don't just get the regular sticks, you get touchpads and gyro. And let me tell you, as someone who's got a Steam controller, and love the thing. Like, playing a shooter on this thing is actually viable. Unlike with a normal controller, like if you get used to it, you get similar precision to a mouse. But you get the similar levels of precision and speed. Like, I played CSGO with my Steam controller, and I wasn't even last in my team. Like, I played a proper competitive CSGO. I used the R8 and I got kills with it. So, yes, you can get pretty damn precise with it. And gyro aim, like, gyro aim is so underrated by people who have never tried it. It's just honestly so good. It gives you that little bit of extra precision that can be really, really helpful. And it just feels really natural too. So, one thing that this style of controller is great for, either like GTA and GTA-like games. And like, but at the same time, I would not recommend it for GTA 5, because GTA 5 has bugs that happen if you use gamepad input and mouse input at the same time. And since to get the best experience from a touchpad, you have to just set it as a mouse, like you have to just set it as having mouse output, like just give the game mouse inputs. You can't really get a great experience in GTA 5 because it's got bugs related to it. Like, you can even induce that with a normal gamepad if you just move your mouse while you're playing with a gamepad. Like, if you at the same time, you can see strange effects, like buttons on the gamepad will just start doing different things. Saints Row is amazing with the Steam controller. Saints Row does not have such bugs. So, so it's a pretty great example. Like, specifically the third and the fourth. I haven't played the first two. Yeah, I don't know how well RDR2 would run on a Steam Deck, because while I think it does run on Linux, but it's a pretty demanding game. So, like, I don't know how good the performance would be. Like, and I don't know how low the settings go. GTA 5 should perform good because like the settings go down pretty, like, it's not super demanding. The settings go down pretty low, even if it is, and and thankfully the Steam Deck is all AMD, which means that basically AMD on Linux is better than Nvidia when it comes to compatibility. And just I tried Cyberpunk. I did like, but I hated the driving in it, so I stopped playing it. Like, because like that's one thing that was a complete deal breaker for me. The driving was just not good. And in a game, you know, which expects me to do a lot of driving, the driving has to be at least, decent. But And when I played Cyberpunk, the one thing I caught myself thinking is I'd rather be driving the buggy from Half-Life 2. I would much rather be driving the Mako from Mass Effect. So yeah, just based on that, I do not recommend Cyberpunk. Because one of the basic gameplay mechanics that you are going to do, like non-stop throughout the game, is just not good. Like it's like when it's like when a shooter game has bad shooting, you know? I mean, yeah, the Mako is fucking good, but like I just use it because it's a typical example of bad driving. I fucking love the Mako, and I think the complainers are just terrible at driving it. But it has become a typical but it has become a bit of a typical example of bad driving, so it's good to. Yeah, Mass Effect. Well, a streamer I watch has started playing Mass Effect 1, and I cannot watch because I have a massive urge to backseat game. I literally cannot watch it live just because of that. I'm sweaty as fuck. I don't know why. I think I need to open the window a bit more. I'm going to open the window and get some more tea because gotta keep hydrated. Alright, Anonymous. Thanks for chatting. Go get that food. Go make that breakfast. And like, are you still awake or already awake? That's like if you're just making breakfast now. So I actually have never finished Mass Effect 2 and 3. I actually never finished them because because I'm a fucking perfectionist when it comes to these games. I have to have a playthrough where I make the perfect choices and do not fuck anything up. And because I never got a playthrough that I considered perfect of Mass Effect, I couldn't properly move on to 2 and 3. Because now, you know, perfect for me, you know, I mean, perfect for the playthrough that I want, for the character that I want, not as in like some sort of objectively perfect choices, but like, I usually with these games I just have a very specific idea of what I want to do and the way I want to play it, and because I couldn't manage to quite achieve it, I never moved on to the next games. Like, the problem with Mass Effect is that with these games, like, I get kind of completionist with these games, right? So it would have to be like almost pretty much 100% playthrough, right? And at the same time, I also tend to procrastinate a lot on things, so that combines into me never like finishing it properly. And the one played it a ton, only finished it once, and it's not a playthrough. And that playthrough like I didn't want to use it. I mean, yeah, that's not exactly what I mean, right? It's just me being a procrastinating completionist when it comes to Mass Effect. I played a ton of Mass Effect 3 multiplayer though because my uncle was into it. He was so into it that he bought the game twice. He bought he bought like a digital deluxe edition and a physical collector's edition. So I ended up getting Mass Effect 3 for free because he just bought the collector's edition for like the stuff it came with. So and gave me the actual game. And yeah, I played quite a lot of Mass Effect of multiplayer with him. Like that was a ton of fun actually. Like I really enjoyed the basic gameplay of Mass Effect 3. I think it's really nice for like it's definitely more shootery and less RPG-ish, which is a downside for single player, but an upside for multiplayer. Anyway, I do have to get more tea. I do have to keep myself hydrated a bit, so I'll be right back. Oh, okay. But waiting for the kettle to boil now. I'll be back soon. Don't you worry. You can sort of see my shirt on the camera a little bit. Okay. I have returned with a vengeance and see. Oh yeah, Mass Effect is. I'd watch that. I just need to get a playthrough in myself so I don't get an urge to backseat game. I just okay. I'm going to. Okay, let's see. Let's look at the job market, at the freight market, at the cargo market in Tallinn. So I could get from to Latvia, no, to Lithuania. I mean, that's a good delivery though. That's good cash. Is there anything that goes to like to Saint Petersburg, Tulu, or like Pskov? I've never been to Saint Petersburg, actually. I really want to go sometime. Sosnowy Bor. Yeah, but no, like this delivery is just, it's too good. It's really good. Disco Elysium. I don't remember what that is. Like, I definitely heard of it, but I just do not remember what it is. Oh shit! I damaged that. I keep fucking up my trailer because I keep forgetting that I have the trailer. You know? Oh. How damaged is it? Oh, it's not damaged at all. Okay, then we are good. Well, I don't remember what Disco Elysium is. I need to just. Oh. Okay, that's not what I thought it was. That's not what I thought it was at all. Like it sounded like something multiplayer for some reason. Okay then. That sounds better than what I thought. To be fair. Stop the engine. Load the trailer. And we go. Just oh shit. No, gotta go forwards first and not scrape the trailer too much. Turn around so there's room to get out. Yeah, I mean that's pretty cool, yeah. Like for me the problem is that I just often have trouble getting through a game, even if I really enjoy it. Because I often end up just literally just getting distracted by something before I finish it and sometimes never coming back. Like there are so few games in my Steam library that I have finished. Yeah, I mean I don't play many AAA MMORPGs, not since Mass Effect, really. So I don't know if I have trouble getting through them or not. Oh, I damaged the trailer, that's really annoying. But no, I just have trouble getting through games, period. Like, It took me... That was so... What game took me... What game did I used to use as my go-to example of a game that took me like a decade to finish? Right, Alien vs Predator 2. Alien vs Predator 2 is one game that took me like, maybe not a literal decade, but like definitely many years on a single save to finish it. Like, it's not like it's many repeated attempts. No, it was one attempt. It was one attempt. But I didn't end up finishing it. But only the Marine campaign, not the Alien or the Predator ones. It's such a good game though. It was like properly scary. It's so difficult to make a game where you have like a massive machine gun actually feels scary. But AVP2 has managed that. You can have you can have like a full inventory of weapons and still be fucking terrified. Like, that's why I think it's a better horror game than even some proper horror games that I've played. Because like, but like technically it's less scary than say something like Amnesia, but it attempts something that's a lot harder than Amnesia. Like, it's fairly easy to make you feel scared and helpless when you actually make the character completely helpless. It's a lot more difficult to make you feel scared when you... It's a lot more difficult to make you feel scared when you give the character an assault rifle. And I respect the hell out of AVP2 for managing that. Yeah, AVP2 is also the thing about AVP2. The annoying thing about AVP2 is that it's almost impossible to get now. Because there's just there's a lot of licensing bullshit around it. I have tried playing the first Resident Evil for like 5 minutes, then I got frustrated with the controls. Like, and I played some Resident Evil 5 too, quite a lot of it actually. But I never got even close to finishing it. I launched Resident Evil 4, like I set it up on a PlayStation 2 emulator, but... Or was it a GameCube emulator? One of the emulators. But I never actually... But again, just played for a couple minutes before giving up, because I think it really was the controls. I really need to run into a gas station soon. Yeah, the remasters, like, I feel like the remasters and like probably are just a better idea to play those just for the quality of life updates to them. Like, so like, if I try to get into Resident Evil again ever, because I'll probably start with the Resident Evil remake. because I hear that one is a really good remake. And it also still looks really good because they still use the old school 2D backgrounds, and that allowed them to not have to render, you know, like early 2000s 3D models. Well, mid 2000s more like. I think it came out like 2005 or something, like PlayStation 2, GameCube era. But yeah, like using 2D backgrounds allowed them to make their characters look like make the characters super detailed and have the backgrounds look good still, because because well, they were just 2D images and the hardware couldn't handle those easily at the time. Yeah, but like the resource management is really heavy in that game, isn't it? Like you sure you have a shotgun, but do you have shells for it? But no, I like, they've been on my list for years. They're also that like, the thing is, for a long time it was just really annoying to play them on a PC because so many of them are console exclusives. And now that there are like remasters and ports, that like remasters and ports out now, it's just a lot less effort to play it. Okay, I see a gas station on the map. Hopefully it's on my side of the road. It's the same issue I have with trying to play the Metal Gear Solid games. I played Metal Gear Solid 1. I loved it. Then I got sort of tricked. Like, I didn't play Metal Gear Solid 3, Metal Gear Solid 2, I mean, for a while, because I've heard that the PC version is like pretty much unplayable. So I tried to go for the PS2 version. I tried to emulate it. But my PC was never quite powerful enough to emulate Metal Gear Solid 2 properly, because it's like that game is like super heavy on the PlayStation 2, even though it came out like 2 years after the console. So it's super difficult to emulate those games. But then I found out that while the PC version was originally terrible, the fans have managed to patch it to a point where it's actually a good experience. So yeah, I got the PC version, I downloaded the patches, and I played through Metal Gear Solid 2. And I enjoyed it less than Metal Gear Solid 1. But I still enjoyed it a lot. Like, the problem with MGS2 is that oh, that's a Lada Niva. Like an old one. Cool. Like, yeah. So, like, Metal Gear Solid 2, the problem with Metal Gear Solid 2 is that. Like, I feel like that old MGS1 style control scheme, it was, at this point, it was just stretched so thin. Like, like, it's a really amazing technical achievement, but the controls have aged really poorly compared to MGS1 even, because in MGS1 there were just less functionality, it was just more basic, so they could get away with that style of control. In MGS2 they added a whole lot of new features which are cool by themselves, but they are really annoying to use because of the blatantly outdated control scheme. And Metal Gear Solid 3 I could not play because that never came out on PC, and my PC is not powerful enough to emulate it on any of the platforms it came out for. So that's PS2, PS3, and 3DS, weirdly enough. An older Mac. Yeah. Never played any of those. Like, the only football game I really played is that I used to have a football manager game on my old Nokia phone. It was a phone from like that weird era of phones where it was still like an old school button phone, but it more or less had all the features of an early smartphone. Like it had a browser, it had Wi-Fi, like it had games on it. Well, obviously, it was basically like like an early smartphone crammed into a traditional mobile phone form factor with a with a numeric keyboard and no touchscreen. Like, it's such a weird phone, honestly. It was the Nokia E51 if you want to look it up. It's just a really weird phone because of that. Like, see, I'm not interested at all in actual football, but I do like management games, so I enjoyed that a lot, and I got pretty good at it too. And then, but then I found Motorsport Manager, and since I'm actually into real motorsport, I now just play Motorsport Manager because it's a lot more fun to manage something you're actually into. Too much spreadsheet. Oh, okay. No, let me buy, mate. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I mean, that does kind of depend on like the specific game, the level of difficulty. Yeah, Motorsport Manager, it's a smaller game for sure. It's a fun one though. Like, I really enjoy it. I don't stream it because, well, I just like having a couple of games that I don't stream, just so I don't feel the obligation to stream when I play them. Apparently Formula 1 is making like an official management game. Like, I sometimes just go into Discord and like stream it in there, but I don't typically stream it on Twitch. Yeah, I heard that F1 is making an official manager game, and I'm very curious to see how that turns out. Like, because like even just having actual licensed names in the game would be really cool. You know, it's a lot cooler to race against, you know, McLaren and Ferrari than you know, Team Dragon Racing or something, you know? Yeah, that would be interesting because, like with Motorsport Manager, I just went with the make your own team thing because, like if I don't have the chance to, you know, like play as an actual team, if I don't get to play as an actual team, I'd rather play as my own. Even if I actually I do tend to enjoy actually in games like this I do tend to enjoy making my own teams more, just because you get to play around with things like when in Motorsport Manager you get to play around more with things like liveries and stuff. Just, you know, you get to invent your whole look and feel of the team. You know. Oh wow, I'm starting to get wheel issues. Do you see that? Do you see that in-game wheel? Oh shit! Like I just barely touched the actual wheel. That's why I want a new one. Cause this one's fucked. And I don't like that. I'm speeding. Probably shouldn't be doing that. That's alright. As long as nobody sees me. Don't you dare drive into me. That's a Kamaz. Ah, yeah, the Motorsport Manager. Right. Yeah, it's... I mean... yeah, like if you it's usually like that in the first season. Like my current save file in Motorsport Manager, I'm on my 4th season, and I set 3rd as my goal. But I think that was an overly ambitious goal, cause oh, I'm speeding. X. Yeah, I should stop. Like, models... Yeah, I haven't tried those either, because again, like I'm in actual motorsports, I'm primarily into F1, right? Whoa, fuck me! That motherfucker... Did that motherfucker not use his blinkers? Some realistic fucking police. But yeah, I actually aren't GT races a DLC though? Wait, I think those are DLC, no? And that's why I haven't ever tried it, because I didn't want to buy the DLC. That's actually... There is also like endurance, I think, in there, so... I'd be more interested in endurance than in GT. Because 20... Yeah, I don't know much about NASCAR, I've never watched it. Big part of it is like... part of it is actually the time zone differences, because like... Watching a NASCAR race, that's gotta happen at like 5 AM for me, right? Well, F1 races are at a well, they're just at at like normal times, like 6 a.m. p.m. or something, you know. And I discovered a new waypoint, a new viewpoint. Cool. Ah, maybe like I need to check. Maybe they change it so it's part of the base game at some point. Definitely used to be DLC though. Look at this shit. Look at this shit, man. Look at how... that's fucking terrible. Oh, it's a roundabout. I hate roundabouts. Yeah. Yeah, this season, like last season, was fucking insane in F1. Like if the 2022 season is half as insane as 2021, I'll be happy. I mean, yeah, obviously it is different, like. I mean, it's like, yeah, fragile open wheelers on tracks in a development series versus like a big steel box that's going 300 kilometers an hour around an oval. Right. Yeah. The difference in development is, I mean, that pretty big difference, yeah. I mean, NASCAR is pretty much a spec series, is it not? I don't know, but... Like, yeah. Imagine how fast an F1 car would go around an oval. Yeah, like the closest thing they did to that in a relatively modern car was they did used to run the Roval at Indianapolis, but they stopped doing that and started going to COTA instead. And this year they're going to be racing in some parking lot in Miami. So it's gonna be interesting to see how good they manage to make that race. Like there's already a lot of hate for it, just because it's well, there's mainly hate for it because, like, if they want to have a second race in the US, there is a ton of really good racetrack to choose from. Yes, it does make sense that they do the IndyCars at Indy. I mean, yeah. But yeah, IndyCars are also like spec cars with just different engines. Well, the differences are that Indy cars use a stock chassis. How do I say that? Stock chassis with like 2 or 3 different engines, right? And obviously, Indy cars are also built to run on ovals, while F1 cars are not. And I think the fact that F1 is not a spec series, it's like pretty much the only open wheel series, pretty much the only open wheel development series is the main appeal of it. Like IndyCar probably has better racing on average because well, because of the spec chassis, you know, teams are a lot closer together, so there is not going to be a team that cannot overtake anybody else just because their car is 5 seconds a lap slower. Because like, yeah, that's the downside of the F1 format, of the formula, that there can be backmarker teams that are really backmarker. Like Haas was fucking terrible in 2021. They were fucking completely terrible in 2021, and yet they are far from the worst team in F1 history. And like, they might actually be somewhere this year, because they very intentionally did not develop their car at all for 2020. Oh, there's a roadblock. Oh, fuck off, I'm going around it. Fuck you. They don't give me for some reason, they don't give me a fine for it. Yeah. Yeah, F1 tends to have like just periods of domination by certain teams. Though like the recent one was like one of the worst ones, actually, really. Because like, the only ones who managed to challenge Mercedes properly were Ferrari, and they only did that because they cheated with the engine, and that was discovered, and the FIA took the FIA stopped them from using that engine anymore, and then they had the 2020 season, in which Ferrari was completely fucking useless. They were they were okay in 2021 though. They got 2 really good drivers, and this year is a big change in the rules. So every team is making a new car from scratch, because like usually even though there's some changes in rules between seasons, usually teams get to at least build on the previous season's car. This year, they specifically made very different rules. Oh, that's the wrong button, too. And one of the reasons is to basically just force the teams to make brand new cars. They still use the same engines they used, actually. Like, pretty much exactly. Like, they just... Actually, there is an engine development freeze, so... The 4 engine suppliers, they just get to make updates to the engine until the start of the 2022 season, and then that's it. The engines are frozen as they are until like 2026, when the next major change of engine rules is going to happen, and that's when F1 is going to try to get more engine manufacturers in. Right? Because right now there are like 4 manufacturers. There are only 4 engine manufacturers in F1 right now: Ferrari, Mercedes, Renault, and Red Bull Powertrains. Red Bull Powertrains. Now last season, that set was slightly different. It was Mercedes, Ferrari, Renault, and Honda, but Honda pulled out. So Red Bull, which was the biggest team that Honda supplied, they bought the rights to the engine. They bought the intellectual property of the engine, and they opened their own engine division. But they still managed to work out some sort of a deal with Honda, where they still there's still some support from Honda, but like, they're not properly in F1 anymore. Yeah. Oh shit, there's a train. Honda, they went from being completely fucking hopeless at the start of the current engine regulations in 2014 to somehow like just well coming back to win a drivers championship this season with a Honda powered car. Well, not to be fair, like the championship win, like the last race is like it was kind of shit. Like the way the last race was won was kind of shit, but overall I do think that like Max, who won the championship, I do think he was the most deserving driver. But the way it happened was fucking junk. It was kind of junk because yeah, no, yeah, like I think the last American manufacturer that was in F1 was Ford, and like when they bought a team and they renamed it. So Max Verstappen won the drivers' championship, and Mercedes, Max driving for Red Bull, he won the drivers' championship, but Mercedes won the constructor championship. And the last race was junky as fuck because so basically the title rivals for this year, Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, went into the final race with equal points. So like whoever placed higher takes the title. And if they both somehow failed to score points, Max would have won because he had more wins over the season. And that's how it's decided if two drivers have equal points at the end. And so in the final race, what happened basically? No, Max was always with Red Bull. I don't remember anybody leaving one of the top. Like, who left one of the top two teams for Red Bull? Like, I think it's Red Bull has been like one of the top teams for the last few years. Like they had a period of domination in the early 2010s, winning 2010, 2011, 2012, and 2013. Though it was pretty close in 2012. No, but no, Max was always with Red Bulls. He first joined Formula One with Red Bull's juniors team, Toro Rosso. It was called back then. It's Alpha Tauri now. Max was the youngest driver to join Formula One. He was 17. And then he like in the second season he went to Red Bull. Some like no left right. No, I know that Sebastian Vettel, he went the other way. He won four championships with Red Bull, and then he left to join Ferrari. Okay. Let me like I'm actually going to take a look because I don't remember like anyone leaving Ferrari to go to Red Bull. Like 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 maybe early on someone did that. Like early on for Red Bull, I think, which they bought the team and renamed it Red Bull in 2005. I mean, like David Coulthard, who was like the first properly good driver to join Red Bull and was fairly important in making Red Bull a good team. He did drive for a bunch of top teams before Red Bull. Like the guy drove for Williams and McLaren in the 90s, and when those were basically the best. Yeah, I think that's like I really don't think that anybody, at least not like any well-known driver, went from Ferrari to Red Bull. Like there are two drivers who went from a Red Bull or Toro Rosso to Ferrari. Well, like Vettel went straight to Ferrari. Sainz, he started with Toro Rosso and eventually last season only, in fact, ended up with Ferrari, and he's doing really good in there. Actually, yeah, you mentioned about no American manufacturers. Yeah, last American manufacturer in F1 was Ford. They bought a team and renamed it to Jaguar. Yeah, they bought. I don't remember which team they bought actually. I don't remember what it was called. Went Ferrari to Alfa Romeo. Oh, that's Kimi Raikkonen, right? He basically got demoted back to a slower team because he started getting older and slower. He is currently the most experienced driver in F1. Well, he was until he left. He retired last year. Though he's going to be... Though during this season, he is most likely going to be overtaken in experience by Fernando Alonso. Okay, I'm going to go and get some in-game sleep. Yeah, Alfa Romeo, they're not exactly one of the best teams. And honestly, I expect them to be the worst this season, this coming season. I expect Alfa Romeo to be the worst. Oh yeah, Leclerc. Yeah, was that Leclerc's first win? I mean, yeah, Leclerc is like, he is considered one of the best young drivers, you know. Like the guy who is absolutely going to be a world champion at some point. And yeah, he's really good. It's just that Ferrari hasn't been very good recently. Oh, I'd have to buy this garage if I want to sleep here. Okay. Oh. Okay, I hope I did not get myself into... Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's Monza 2019. Because I think that was Leclerc's first win. Oh, finally, interestingly, Monza was also where Vettel got his first win. Back in 2007, I think, or something like that. Or 2008. And it was a... And interestingly, Vettel won it in a Toro Rosso, and that is the only time, the only time a car that is powered by a Ferrari engine, but is not a Ferrari, won a race. Oh wait, I don't think I was supposed to go in this way, but that's fine. I mean, yeah, like it was. I mean, it was his first season in the big team. Oh, that's a. 1 second. What kind of ladder is it? Shit. Can I? I don't. That's either a ladder 2106 or a 2107, and I cannot tell because the difference is the main visible difference are the front headlights, and the front headlights and the rear. Yeah, the headlights are the main difference between them, and I cannot see them from here, so I cannot reliably tell which it is. I think it's a 2107. Yeah. Yeah, Leclerc's pretty good. It just, again, and he probably would have been fighting for a championships if Ferrari had been good. But a lot of people are expecting Ferrari to win this year because, again, everybody's making an entirely new car, and Ferrari has got like it's got a lot of resources. It's and their engine has been getting better for the past 2 years. So yeah, people are expecting them to be properly back. Because to this day, the last Ferrari world title was when Kimi Raikkonen won it in 2007. So yeah, it was a while ago at this point. Let's bring some scooters to this place. It's all scooters in here, eh? I kind of want to keep driving in the Baltics here. Oh, that's pretty cool. Must be nice. Must be pretty nice living close to a racetrack. I have actually considered going to the Russian GP to Sochi this year, but I decided against it. Maybe I was wrong, because that would have been my last chance to watch F1 cars on that racetrack, because they're not going to be racing there anymore after this year. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, street legal car racing always sounds interesting, because like, I mean, obviously it's not going to be particularly fast. Actually, no, well, I mean, it can be fast, but it's not going to be as fast as dedicated race cars, obviously. But like, it's obviously more interesting if it's something you can theoretically buy and drive yourself. Provided you have enough cash, of course. I feel like I was talking about something and just stopped. Yeah, drag racing is something like... Yeah, I feel like that's like one of the probably the least interesting form of racing. I braked too quickly. I forgot that my trailer's empty. I'm better to brake too quickly than too slowly, eh? Vegan land. Ooh. That's a Mini. Is that a... No, that was a Volkswagen. Okay, that's fine. That's golf. Well, yeah. Like, I would like to go to the Russian GP when they move it to St. Petersburg next year. So like, provided I have the cash, it's something I'd like to see. Like partly because it's a lot closer to me than RIP batteries. Like, most because St. Petersburg is closer to me than Sochi. So there's a lot less travel involved. And also because it's interesting to see how it goes in a new track on a new track. Oh wow. Oh, that's pretty shit. Alright, see you later. Don't run out of batteries and leave yourself without a phone. And thanks for hanging around while the batteries were not dead. Come on, turn properly, you fuck! Okay, so I might be taking my own leave pretty soon because I'm getting a bit tired. My shirt is fucking soaked with sweat. I don't know why it got so sweaty, but I did. That's a fact, and it's not pleasant sitting in this thing. I shouldn't be speeding so much. It's a bad idea. I'm gonna take my foot off the gas for a moment. These pedals are like very, like, these pedals are like very light, so like it's kind of difficult keeping them pressed only a tiny little bit, which is like what you need to keep your speed, without gaining it. Just these things are just, they're not precise enough. Oh look, it's a roundabout. It's roundabout. Okay, let's drive. Drive. Faster. Ooh. So, did that car just change color between from the mirror? Oh, I put my high beams on again by accident. I keep pressing that button. Maybe I should rebind it. Maybe I should rebind it to somewhere else. What does my D-pad do? My D-pad does nothing. My neck kinda hurts. I'm definitely going to end the stream soon because of that. Maybe I should try for a longer stream though, just cause I should kind of be getting, you know, used to longer streams because I want to do more longer streams and I want to do them consistently, if possible. You know, consistency is difficult, very difficult. Okay, let's maybe turn properly this time. Where do you need it? Oh, you need it like... that's fine actually, that's a good place. Oh, that's good enough for you, okay. If that's good enough for you, that's good enough for me. Let's check out the cargo market. Missions, radiators, wooden beams. Oh, those are like... Yeah, there are like not many like expensive options here, yikes. Like I think I'd have pretty much have to go with transmissions to get good money for my kilometers. Yeah, I'm thinking I should end the stream. And since like everybody's gone, and I'm tired, so like there's no point continuing. And we are at about the length. So yeah, because of that, I'm just going to go ahead and end. Not gonna raid anybody because I haven't got viewers. So yeah, thank you all for being here, and I will see you next time, whenever that is. Bye bye.